Hey, happy Saturday. So, it's been a while. I have recorded another video. I didn't really care for it because, in all honesty, after talking to a friend, it was too real. It was too real. Imagine that. But I'm just going to give you a little backstory on, who we are and how we came to be here. What made me even create the Mental Mama. I'm making protein bowls right now. I love them. Part of the new habits, good habits, traded bad habits for good habits. This is how I stay away from my kids' snacks sometimes. But so me and Jim got together in 2005. Met through family. My sister and one of his good friends were together. They were together for quite a bit. We met over at their house. And later connected in 2005. Clio was almost 6. So we became a family pretty much instant. I was really close with him and moved to Tuscola, got married, and we had Finnegan in 2009. Clio was 10 when that happened. He had a relationship with his mom, but he lived with us full time and then went to his mom's on the weekend. Well, every other weekend. And then they'd go on vacations and stuff together. She lived in Champaign, currently does. We did not have a good relationship, in all honesty. We do now, obviously, because we both lost a huge piece of our heart. So now we have one big thing in common. But, so when Clio was 15, just turned 15, it was 2014, we came home, and he had taken his own life that day. The night before, I had a lot of regrets. I mean, I still do. Still have a lot of triggers, obviously, always will. Took me a really long time to learn what they were, or that I even had triggers. But I feel like I was in a state of denial for a really long time. And I've already been through a lot before in the past of my life, and I just felt like, I can handle it. Every time something traumatizing happens to me, I'm always like, well, I mean, my parents got divorced, it's fine, I survived that, I can survive this. Oh, well, I lost a kid, I can survive that, I can survive this. I quit eating meat, if I can do that, I can quit doing this. So, yeah, and I don't know, it's probably good in some ways and probably not so good in some ways. But we had came home that day. After him, he had a rough emotional summer, and we just chalked it up to being a teenager, typical teenager. And that wasn't the case. He had a lot of mental health issues going on, and we did have him going to counseling at the county, but I don't feel like we gave him enough help. I don't think we did enough, but that's in hindsight, Me and Jim have been married for 15 years now, 15 plus. We ended up, after we lost Clio, we ended up having Ophelia in 16, so that was 2 years later. She was a little vacation surprise. We didn't anticipate, but she is wonderful, amazing, brought so much joy and kind of like a little bit of closure, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Comfort, maybe. I did end up having postpartum with her. I did not anticipate that. Had a great pregnancy with both of the kids. Never had anything like that with Finnegan. And that was really hard. It took me like 6 months to even admit that before I went to the doctor. And they ended up putting me on antidepressant, of course. But once again, you know, I didn't learn to be patient or take time with myself or really give myself the right kind of healing that I needed. I just continued to drink on the weekends, you know, thought it was typical normal behavior, and then we ended up fostering a boy that used to live down the street from us. Him and Finnegan had become very good friends. He was here for 2 years. He is a good kid. He is. He just wasn't used to being in a family or really with other siblings. And it was not a good environment for my children anymore. And I felt like, you know, this is where I needed to start taking my life back again and being there for them. Because I felt like obviously I wasn't there in the past, which, I mean, I probably wasn't. But I had, right after Miles came in, our foster son, I started drinking every single night. You know, it would start with a bottle of wine, then 2 bottles of wine. Then, while we're going through 2 bottles of wine, I brought 3 home. It's fine. But then, you know, that continued. And in all honesty, a lot of people don't know this. I have processed this on my own. I know where I'm at in life now. I'm okay to talk about it now. You know, I've moved past it. I'm not ashamed anymore because I made the right decision. After again going out, drinking till I was blacked out, Jim had let me know that he was going to be moving out. So, I mean, I had to make a decision right there. And after a while, he finally agreed that, you know, we could work on it, but I needed to go to rehab first. And I did. I went to rehab, all of February 2021. And came back home, was good for 6 months. It's a struggle. It's still a struggle today. I started drinking again, slowly, you know, transitioned back into blacking out. And then last time I drank was August 11th, 2022. So I have made it a year. That's awesome. Traded my drinking in for gym time. I'm at the gym a lot, but that's what I needed. It really takes care of my anxiety, which I have constantly. I didn't realize it until, I mean, probably a good few months into high school. I guess we're probably there now, but it was around homecoming. I was living my life like my days were numbered with Finnegan, because Clio took his own life when he was, it was the summer before his sophomore year. So about 3 weeks before school was to start, July 24th. Born on June 24th, passed away July 24th. But I struggle every single day, and that is what the next videos to come are really going to be about and focus on are just daily struggles that are normal to have in this circumstance, and just things that I've done to help me along the way. And if it helps you too, honestly, that's the whole goal of this. So if you ever have any questions, or, want me to talk about something, feel free to reach out and just message me. And may take a few days, but I'll get back to you. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. Metal Mama.